Today we're going to be talking about pseudo double flips, which is a relatively new concept. So first, what's a regular double flip? So we have the ISL with an incredible two double backs in one combo. It's just completely straight over the top, double flip. Undeniable. So what's a pseudo double flip? So we got to travel to Kobe, Japan, and there's Shosei with an insane pseudo double flip. So what's happening here is not quite a double flip motion, but if you're just looking at it, it has the illusion of a double flip motion. So first, what's a single pseudo flip? So we have Nick Fry doing a swing shant, and it could be done from pop, vanish. There's lots of ways to enter the shant, but the shant is essentially a pseudo single flip. You're not actually doing a flip of your body. One leg is above the other leg, which creates the illusion of a flip. So let's watch this insane combo, scoot double full swing snatch cannon. But watch his legs on that cork in back out. I'm going to slow it down. So watch his right leg. Now you'll notice that one leg is always over the other leg. That's because it's coming over the side just like a shant does, just like this. Now notice he lands on both feet at the same time. The more you can land both feet on the same time, the more this will look like a completed flip. So here's Iron Man full in, and you can see his feet nearly landed exactly the same time. So you can tell it was very over the top. Now here's a good combo because he does full in, perfectly lands both feet at the same time, to the cork in, which has the shants out motion, which is the pseudo double flip. So this is a very rare trick, scoot double backflip, but you can notice even with one leg above the other, if you land on both feet at the same time, it really helps make it look like a completed flip. Now there's other aspects that can help make it look like a completed flip, even with your legs staggered. Now if both toes are pointed upwards on the sagittal ring, like this, then even if they're staggered, it will still look a lot like a complete inverted flip, which is just another way you can help create the illusion. So again, if we look back to the scoot double full swing snatch cannon, you can see that this one comes much more over the side. His toes aren't pointed upwards, so that one doesn't have the same illusion of a double flip. So now let's look at another famous pseudo double flip. Here's Daisuke's popcorn, and originally I'd seen Pasha do this. And if you watch in slow motion, you can see it as very similar to how a full D-leg works, but just folded over and pseudo double flipped. There's lots of different ways you can land because you can land any trick in any stance. So there's Shosei doing popcorn to hyper, almost like hyper hook. Okay, so this clip is very interesting, aside from it just being absolutely ridiculous. But watch the way that last late round flips him, and it won't do it on this clip. So notice there's no flip without the late round. But watch this clip. So watch what late round does. If you throw it early enough, it actually pulls you into a shant-like pseudo flip motion. So real quick, we're gonna go through just a bunch of Shosei's awesome full ins, standing full in, and you can tell the variety of different levels of inversion with how the pseudo double flip is treated. We got the scoot double full in back out, absolutely insane. And then here's one of the funniest ones, which is the B twist in back out, probably the most shanted out of all of them. And you can see like that's the other extreme of the window of shant. If you see Nick Fry's clip versus this one, two extreme windows. Then if you did a single pseudo flip, like a swing shant, you could also twist it, gyro it. Donut Boy is a variation of this concept. And just like most tricks, they have a pseudo 1.5. So if you land at the hyper hook, so taking off from an aerial takeoff, pseudo double flip it instead of over rotating the twist to get to hyper again, and that creates this shape, which is technically about 1.5 flips, or 1.5 flips. Now if you do the exact same trick but don't do 1.5, force it to come out at 1, where the complete is, it creates this shape, which you can also think of this as a B-twist, Lone Star type shape, but with only one leg held, so that he can maintain the eagle at the end. So think about it as a B-twist. So what he's doing is taking the twist from the B-twist and converting it into flip rotation, which creates and provides the pseudo flip path. So again, the same trick, this time minus the swing through. So more of an emphasis on both feet landing at the same time. Creates a little more of a pseudo flip, double flip shape. And since you're taking off from backside, you could punch it from a cartwheel. And since it's just a single, you could really gas it and make it really big. The taller you make your pseudo flips, the crazier the shapes you're going to be able to create. So typically in gymnastics, they divide the body by 90 degrees. You have back flip, front flip, side flip. But the way these pseudo flips are working is a 45-degree axis, and I think it threads in snake slivers across that axis in like a Mobius strip type toroidal